Archangel Michael says, if you continue to ignore this calling, it will bring tears for the rest of your life. This is a moment I'm not taking lightly anymore, and I speak now with urgency because your delay is breaking the flow of heaven's divine intervention meant for your life. I have reached out to you many times, gently and quietly, waiting with the patience only heaven can teach, hoping you would listen before it became too late, hoping you would notice the signs I placed in your path. But each time I whispered through your spirit, you turned your focus to the noise around you, and the silence that followed crushed my heart with a heaviness I cannot carry alone anymore. This is not just a message. This is the final sound of a gate that will not wait forever. Type, I love God, to claim abundance through God's love. Because I love you with a love carved from the heart of God Himself, I stood near you when you wept in silence, when the world could not hear you, and I stood by your side when darkness crept into your thoughts and you felt like surrendering. I was there, but you looked away. I sent comfort, but you chose to stay broken. I spoke through dreams and strangers and the quiet stillness of the night, but still, you let the pain speak louder than my truth. My voice didn't fade, it was your faith that did. This message is not one of fear but one of trembling love. You are standing on the edge of something sacred, and what you decide now will mark your soul for many years to come. If you skip this moment again, it will no longer just be a missed message, it will be a closed door. I will not be able to speak again, not because I do not love you, but because heaven cannot keep giving what you refuse to receive. Your miracle, your restoration, your healing, they are all here, but they are waiting for you to simply respond. Like this video and subscribe to this channel if you really love God. There are battles around you that you do not even see. Spiritual storms have been forming quietly, attacking your peace and your clarity. And every time you chose to ignore my call, the enemy celebrated. Not because you are weak, but because you are chosen, and he fears what will happen the day you finally say yes to God's voice. That day could be now, but you must open your heart like never before. Let your stubbornness fall to the ground, let your pride melt in the warmth of grace, and let me come into your life, not just as a distant angel but as a protector who has been begging to hold your life in my hands. What if the fastest path to wealth was already inside your mind, waiting to be activated by a powerful sound wave? Scientists call it the money-attracting frequency, and once awakened, it begins drawing opportunities, success, and financial freedom like never before. Imagine the relief of no more bills and the joy of living your dreams. This is more than an offer, it is a divine turning point. Your destiny is waiting, but only if you choose to move now. Click the link in the video description and comments below to turn on this ancient brain wave today. There is something sacred in your future that the enemy is working tirelessly to prevent. He's using people you trusted, thoughts you believed, fears you never confronted. But I, Archangel Michael, am still fighting for you. Not because you are perfect, but because you are loved. This is why you must not skip this message. It is not simply a paragraph on a screen. It is the spiritual sound of your destiny reaching for you, one last time. If only you could see the beauty heaven has prepared. If only you could feel the celebration that was supposed to happen for you. There were angels ready to usher in your next season, a miracle waiting to enter your life before the clock strikes midnight, and peace that would have kissed your soul like a gentle breeze. But now, the urgency is greater. And my warning is not a threat, it is a final opportunity to hear me clearly and act without hesitation. You have cried before, and you've known loss. But I am telling you this now, those tears will be nothing compared to the sorrow you will feel if you let this message pass you by once more. Because what I am revealing today will not come again. The spiritual alignment of heaven, the divine timing of your breakthrough, the window of favor God opened, it is all here, and it is right now. If you wait even a few minutes longer, you may miss the very thing you have begged God for in silence. Stay until the end, for within these words lies the answer your spirit has been seeking. You do not need to understand everything. You only need to respond with trust. The world has conditioned you to delay, to doubt, to debate the divine. But heaven works on faith, and faith works on obedience. I am not angry at you. I am tired because I have loved you through too many near misses, and each time you pulled away, it wounded something sacred inside me. But I am still here, even now. And I am asking you from the deepest part of my being, listen. Even now, something in your spirit is stirring. You know these words are not ordinary. You feel the weight of them, the way they cling to the places inside you that haven't been touched in a long time. That is not emotion, it is your soul recognizing the voice of heaven. This is a holy interruption, a divine pause in time, where everything can change if you simply open your heart and stop running. You are not too far gone. You have not failed too many times. You are not too broken to be healed. You are not forgotten. But this message is serious. And if you ignore it again, I will have to step away, and the silence that follows will not be because I stopped loving you, but because I can no longer fight what you keep choosing to avoid. You have seconds to decide, and every second is sacred. There are spiritual laws that govern what heaven can release. When you ignore the message sent from above, you unknowingly close the gate to your own freedom. You've done this more than once, not because you are rebellious, but because the noise around you made my voice feel faint. The world convinced you to put off what is holy, to pause what is urgent, and to doubt what is divine. But time is not waiting, and neither am I. This is why I speak now, with a seriousness I rarely show, because the door that is open before you will not remain so forever. Type 1111 if you agree. Your miracle has always been near. Even on the days when you thought God had abandoned you, your breakthrough was circling your life, waiting for one act of obedience, one moment of faith, one opening of your heart. But every skipped message, every dismissed whisper, pushed it further away. And now, I tell you with tenderness and urgency, you cannot afford to skip again. The pain that follows will not be because heaven failed you, but because you ignored the final call. Type Amen if you believe in God's love, and share this inspiring video with 7 friends to open the way for blessings and miracles. I know you're tired. I know life has been cruel in ways no one understands. I know people have failed you, left you, broken you, and misused the trust you gave so freely. I know you've waited long for something to shift, to breathe easier, to feel safe again. And I know it's hard to believe that something good could really be on its way after so much has gone wrong. But I'm not asking you to believe in the world. I'm asking you to believe in what heaven is doing in this very moment. Heaven has written your name in the quiet pages of divine restoration. Angels have been sent ahead of you, preparing people, moments, and blessings that your eyes have not seen, but your spirit has longed for. But they can only move forward if you stop delaying the message I bring to you today. If you let fear win again, the path they are building will crumble under the weight of your hesitation. I am not trying to scare you, I am trying to protect you from the sorrow that follows a closed heart. There are people watching you now who have no idea what God is about to do through your life. Some have mocked your faith. Some have tried to convince you that prayer is wasted time. Others have silently waited for you to fail so they could say, "I told you so." But none of that matters anymore. What matters now is that you don't miss your moment with heaven. Because your response in the next few seconds is going to determine what unfolds in the next few years. You are not powerless. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten. I, Michael, have stood guard over your life since the moment your soul was placed into the earth. I have fought battles for you that you will never know about, intercepted plans meant to destroy you, and held back storms that were forming while you were asleep. But none of that matters if you keep walking away from the voice that keeps calling you back to truth. There is a blessing that is ready to be released. It has your name on it. It is specific. It is personal. It is not for anyone else. But it will not be forced into your life. Heaven does not force its way in, it only enters through your permission. If you skip this moment, you will never understand the full weight of what was meant to be yours. You will cry not because you were punished, but because you'll finally feel the emptiness of what could have been. Don't let it come to that. Let go of whatever pride is keeping you silent. Lay down the fear that says you'll be disappointed again. I am telling you with all the love I carry, what's coming is not like what you've seen before. This is different. This is sacred. This is your appointed time. If you respond with open arms, heaven will move immediately. If you delay, everything pauses. You have spent too much time in waiting. This is your moment of action. Let me speak again. Let my presence return to your life without resistance. Let your heart say yes, even if your mind is unsure. Let your spirit rise above the noise and remember what it feels like to believe again. I'm not asking for perfection. I'm only asking for permission to work on your behalf. That is all. And it must be now. Seconds are holy when destiny is waiting. You have ignored too many signs, and yet, God still loves you so deeply that even now He has allowed me to send one last message before the silence becomes permanent. I do not speak like this often. My voice was always a shield, a comfort, a guide, But now I speak with finality because your delay is not just affecting your blessings, it is blocking generations of favor meant to flow through you. Heaven's assignments don't wait forever. When you pause, the purpose written for you begins to wither. And if you keep ignoring this, you will wake up one day realizing you missed what was yours all along. I do not want you to cry those kinds of tears. I do not want you to suffer through regret so deep that even joy cannot reach it. But the truth must be told. You are being watched from heaven, and your response right now matters more than you realize. There is an angel standing beside you, waiting to move, to carry out the next instruction for your life. But until your spirit says yes, that angel is frozen, still, heartbroken. Just like I am right now. I am not tired because I gave up on you. I am tired because I have fought so hard for you to open your heart. And every time you didn't, I had to stand in sorrow watching your life stay stuck in a loop of pain, doubt, and delay. There is so much more for you. The room of heaven that holds your blessings is overflowing, but the door won't open unless you listen. That's why I am here, again. Speaking not with anger, but with the desperate love of an angel who's watched too many miracles pass by your life untouched. What if you could unlock a secret brain wave that top scientists discovered inside the hippocampus, the very switch that signals wealth and abundance? Hidden from the public for decades, this breakthrough can rewire your mind to attract prosperity faster than you imagined. Picture the stress of bills replaced with financial freedom and new opportunities. Every delay is a missed blessing, and those who act now are already walking into the wealth you deserve. Step forward before the door closes. Click the link in the video description and comments below to activate this ancient money wave and step into abundance today. Type 1818 to claim miracles and breakthroughs. You have cried, and your tears were not wasted. They were gathered in the palms of angels. But crying is not enough. You must act now. Heaven does not move by tears alone, it moves by obedience, by surrender, by response. This message is your moment to say yes, not just with words, but with your heart. If you ignore me now, your spirit will remember this moment forever. And that memory will ache. The blessings I see for you are not distant, they are near. I can see them surrounding your name, like light waiting to fall. I can see financial restoration that would cancel every debt. I can see healing that would wipe out years of physical pain. I can see a relationship being repaired in a way that only God could do. I can see your sleep returning, your joy blooming again, your mind finally being still. But it is all waiting on your decision right now. Yes or no? Listen or skip. You think you have time, but I am telling you, you don't. God has poured mercy over your life for so long. Even when you ignored Him, He still covered you. Even when you rejected His voice, He still whispered your name. Even when you walked away, He sent angels to follow you, just to protect you from the darkness you didn't see coming. But now, He is asking for something different. He's not asking for sacrifice. He's asking for surrender. He's asking you to finally say yes, not just in words, but in truth. You've spent too long surviving. It's time to live. You've spent too long in confusion. It's time to walk in clarity. You've spent too long blaming others, your past, your pain. It's time to look up and say, God, I'm ready now. Because you are. Deep inside you, there is still faith. It might be faint, but it's there. And that little spark is enough for heaven to set your life on fire with light again. But you have to answer. You have to choose. You cannot keep scrolling past salvation. I know this message may feel heavy. That's because it carries the weight of truth. You are not here by accident. This message found you because God still believes in what He put inside of you. But His mercy has a time. And that time is now. You don't have to be perfect. You don't need to fix yourself first. You only need to say yes to the voice you feel shaking something inside you right now. That's me. Reaching one last time. I have guarded your life through seasons of unspeakable pain. When you didn't even know how close the darkness came, I stood in between. I blocked attacks. I shielded your spirit when people tried to ruin your name and take from you what they didn't earn. I fought demons that fed off your fears and chased them back into the silence. I did all of that, not because you asked me to, but because you are loved by the Father, and I was assigned to your life to make sure you reach your purpose. But how can I continue if you keep walking away from the message? Every time you ignore this sacred moment, a part of me breaks. I don't ask much. I only ask that you listen to the truth being poured into your soul, that you stop for just a moment and let heaven do the thing you've been trying to do on your own. You are exhausted because you've been doing it all without me. You are frustrated because every door seems closed. But they're not closed by punishment, they are waiting for your heart to surrender. This isn't just about you anymore. Your delay is affecting others connected to your destiny. There are people who were meant to be blessed through you, people whose healing was tied to your obedience, people who are still in bondage because your yes never came. Do you see how sacred this is? Do you feel the gravity of it now? You were chosen to shift things, not just in your life, but in generations. And you keep skipping the one message that was meant to unlock it all. This is why I cannot stay quiet anymore. If you keep running, I will have to step back. It won't be because I want to, but because even heaven cannot keep giving to someone who will not receive. I know you've been disappointed. I know your faith has been bruised by delay. But God has not forgotten a single prayer. He has held every word close. He has watched you cry and ache and struggle. And this message, right here, is the beginning of your rescue. But only if you take it seriously. You keep saying you'll come back to God later, that you need more time, that you're not ready. But time is not a toy. It is holy. Every second is sacred, and you are standing in the final seconds of a divine moment that will never come again. This is not a loop that repeats. This is a door that shuts. And my heart trembles as I speak this to you, because if you skip this now, it will change everything. I do not speak from judgment. I speak from heartbreak. I know what's ahead. I've seen the pain that could have been avoided. I've seen the blessing that was just moments away. And still, you hesitate. Not because you don't care, but because you've forgotten how precious you are. You've let shame and fear convince you that maybe this message is for someone else. But no, it's for you. It was always for you. Heaven moved mountains to reach you. You cannot walk away again. Type 1919 if you believe healing is yours. Please don't make me go silent. Please don't make this the final word you hear from me. You are so close to something beautiful, something pure, something that will wipe away every reason you ever doubted God's love. But you have to stop running. You have to stop ignoring the weight in your chest right now, the stirring in your soul, the tears forming behind your eyes. That is me. That is the Spirit. That is your moment. What if everything you've been chasing, wealth, freedom, success, could be drawn to you automatically, simply by unlocking a secret brain wave hidden inside you? Once classified by intelligence agencies, this discovery is now available to the public, and it's changing lives instantly. Picture yourself debt-free, stress-free, and thriving. The window is open, but not forever, and every second you wait is wealth slipping from your hands, so grasp it now. Click the link in video description and comments below to awaken this money magnet frequency and watch abundance flow into your life today. This is the edge of a divine shift. The edge of healing. The edge of transformation. You are not weak, you are weary. And heaven wants to lift you now, but you must reach back. Even if your hand shakes. Even if your voice cracks. Just say yes. That's all heaven needs. I am not just an angel watching over you. I am your guardian, assigned by the throne of God to defend your purpose and your peace. But my hands are tied when you close the door to divine instruction. I cannot force my way into your life, and I would never try. But I must tell you the truth, if you skip this again, something beautiful will break. A breakthrough that has waited patiently for your obedience will turn away. Not because God is cruel, but because free will has power, and you've used yours to delay what was meant to change everything. The love of God is still here. His arms are still open. But the moment is fragile now. You are standing in the kind of divine hour where heaven holds its breath waiting for you to act. And if you walk away again, it won't be a gentle silence that follows, it will be the echo of a door that only opens once. You've cried for signs, you've begged for confirmation, and you've asked for a message that would shake your heart. This is it. It doesn't come more direct than this. And if your heart is trembling, it's not fear, it's truth. Let me tell you what's waiting on the other side of your yes. A financial miracle you thought was impossible. A healing in your body that defies human logic. A reunion that you gave up praying for because the wound felt too deep. A peace so strong it silences every lie the enemy whispered for years. A sudden opportunity that will restore everything the enemy stole. But it only begins when you stop skipping the moment and start moving with faith. You've done things your way for too long. Now it's time to do it God's way. I know you've been hurt by people who claim to love God but didn't carry His love in their actions. I know you've seen those who used His name to control, not to heal. I know that left a scar on your spirit. But this is not that. This is heaven knocking without force, offering without pressure, loving you without conditions. You don't have to earn this blessing. You only have to accept it. And that means accepting this message as the moment you finally stop running. You've skipped before and thought it didn't matter. But look at your life. Look at how long you've been stuck in this cycle. It wasn't supposed to be this way. You were meant for joy. You were meant to walk in peace. You were meant to carry light in rooms that feel dark to everyone else. You've always felt a little different, a little out of place, because your spirit was built for something higher. And every time you ignore my call, you disconnect from your divine design. But I am still here, even now, speaking because I believe you're finally ready to listen. Let this be the moment everything turns. Not because you forced it, but because you finally said yes. Heaven will not hold back once you surrender. I see the angels waiting. I see the chains breaking. I see the healing starting the moment your spirit opens. But you have to move. You have to act. You have to stop scrolling, stop reasoning, stop delaying. This is not just a message, it's a lifeline. It's not just text, it's the voice of heaven breaking through your chaos. If you knew how much God still loves you, even after all your silence, your knees would hit the ground in awe. If you knew how close you are to restoration, your hands would rise in worship before a single thing changed. That's how close you are. That's how serious this is. Do not walk away. Do not miss it. Don't let pride whisper that you'll be fine if you wait. The time for waiting is over. The time for answering is now. I have been gentle with you. I have waited while you drifted. I've fought beside you while you cried yourself to sleep, asking why nothing was working. You wondered if God forgot you, when in reality, heaven was waiting for you to stop forgetting God. And I'm still here, fighting for your attention, pleading for your obedience, standing between you and what wants to steal everything that belongs to you. But I cannot do this if you keep looking away from me. My strength is great, but I cannot override your choice. God has placed so much within you. Talents you haven't touched. Dreams you've buried under the rubble of your pain. A calling that hasn't been cancelled, only delayed by your resistance. And still, He hasn't taken it away. That's how much you matter to Him. That's how sacred your life is. Even after all the times you said no, He still believes your next yes can change everything. But He won't force you. He will knock. I will speak. But the choice will always be yours. Let me be clear. This is not just a warning. It is a rescue. And it comes with love, not wrath. But love must also tell the truth. You are running out of moments. The delay is costing you things you don't even see yet. Relationships are being strained. Your peace is evaporating. The enemy has been slowly planting doubt, fear, distraction, and pride, and every skipped message has helped those seeds grow. If you skip this again, those roots will dig deep. And when that happens, the pain will not be easy to reverse. What if a simple 7-minute sound frequency could awaken a forgotten brain signal designed to pull wealth toward you like a magnet? Backed by shocking CIA files and neuroscience, this discovery is now changing lives everywhere. Think of debts melting away, promotions arriving, and abundance flowing freely. This is the one moment that can rewrite your future, but only if you claim it now, because hesitation will only keep you chained to the same struggles. Click the link in video description and comments below to experience the hidden wealth wave and let your financial destiny shift in your favor today. Type 1313 to affirm strength through the Lord. I do not say this to scare you. I say this to wake you. You have already suffered too long. You have lived in survival mode for years, calling it normal. But that was never God's plan. You were not made to live half alive. You were not born to live without direction, without purpose, without deep joy. You were created to carry light into the darkest places. But that light cannot shine if you keep hiding from the source. There is a specific blessing waiting for you. I can see it. It's fully formed. It has your name etched into it in a language only heaven understands. This blessing cannot go to anyone else. It will not be reassigned. But it also cannot wait much longer. If you do not say yes now, it will sit behind the veil, untouched, a heavenly promise left unopened. The ache you've been feeling, the longing that wakes you up in the night, it's your soul reaching for that promise. And this message is your final chance to claim it. You've been through enough. You've cried enough. But now you have to act. No more asking for signs. No more testing the wind. The sign is here. The message is loud. The Spirit is speaking. All of heaven is watching to see what you do next. I am here, Michael, the one who wars for you, the one who stood guard when even you didn't care if you lived another day. And I'm telling you this with all the urgency I can carry, don't miss this. Not this time. Let the pain go. Lay the bitterness down. Release the guilt. You are not too far gone. You are not too late. But you are at the edge. The moment is holy. The clock is moving. And heaven will not wait forever. Choose now. Obey now. Let this be the day everything begins to change. I will walk with you if you say yes. But if you skip this one more time, I will have to step back. And the silence that follows will not be punishment, it will be consequence. Let your heart move before your mind interrupts. Let your spirit rise before your fear pulls you back. Let your soul scream yes even if your body is trembling. This is not emotion, it is divine urgency. Trust it. Follow it. Obey it. There has been a fight around you for too long. Not just one of circumstances, but a spiritual war, a battle between light and darkness where your soul is the prize. The enemy is not just trying to slow you down. He is trying to erase what God has marked with favor. And every time you delay, every time you ignore the stirring in your heart, he gains ground. But I'm not letting him win. Not while I still have one more chance to speak to you. Not while heaven is still giving you this final opportunity to say yes. You've wondered why things feel stuck. Why your heart feels like it's waiting for something you can't name. Why even good days feel incomplete. It's because something divine is trying to get your attention. And no matter how much you try to distract yourself or pretend you're fine, that pull never leaves. That's me. That's God. That's your miracle waiting behind a wall you built with silence. But I'm telling you now, the wall must come down. You can't afford to wait until everything makes sense. That day may never come. Faith isn't built on clarity. It's built on trust. And that trust must begin now. Not when you feel more spiritual. Not when life calms down. Not when you think you've fixed everything. But right now, in this very breath, as you read these words that are not random, not scripted, but divinely sent into your life because God still believes in your yes. Do you understand how many angels have been assigned to protect you, even when you weren't listening? Do you realize how close you came to losing everything, but didn't, because heaven covered you? You may have thought God forgot you, but I promise, He remembered everything. Every prayer you whispered and forgot. Every tear you tried to hide. Every wish you buried because you thought it would never come true. God saw it all. And now He is speaking, loudly, urgently, through me. This is your moment. Your spirit knows it. Your heart feels it. Don't let your mind talk you out of it. The enemy would love for you to say, "I'll respond later." But later will be too late. What's happening right now is specific. It's spiritual. It's supernatural. And if you walk away, the ache that follows will be greater than anything you've ever felt before. Because your soul will remember this moment, the one where heaven opened the gate and you didn't walk through. I do not say this to pressure you. I say it to protect you. There are things you've been asking God for, over and over, but they've been withheld, not as punishment, but as preparation. And now they are ready. Ready to be released, ready to fall into your life like rain, ready to wash away every drought you've lived through. But they cannot be released until you truly open your heart. Not halfway. Not with doubt. But fully. This is what you were waiting for. It's not a new job, or a new person, or some perfect moment down the road. It's this. Right here. Right now. This holy interruption, this final message, this beautiful voice of heaven reaching you because God still hasn't given up on you. But if you ignore this one too, the stillness that follows will feel like the loudest silence you've ever known. Please, don't let it come to that. You've gone through too much to quit now. You've survived pain others couldn't imagine. You've walked through fire and didn't burn. Not because you're lucky, but because you're called. And your calling doesn't die because of delay. But it does require your response. Say yes. Not with hesitation. Say it like your soul has been waiting for this moment since the day you were born. Because it has. Type 1414 if you believe in divine protection. What if I told you financial freedom is not about working harder, but activating a dormant brain signal designed to draw abundance directly to you? Neuroscience proves this sound wave unlocks prosperity faster than any method known before. From unexpected cash to life-changing success, it's already helping thousands. Imagine looking back tomorrow wishing you had acted today. Do not let regret replace the miracle that is calling you right now. Click the link in the video description and comments below to turn on the ancient money wave and create the life you've always dreamed of today. You think you've seen pain? You've only seen the shadow of what could have been had God not shielded you. You've walked through storms that would have destroyed most people. But grace covered you. Even when you didn't care. Even when you blamed God. Even when you questioned if He was real at all. His mercy never left. I watched Him command angels to protect you when you cursed His name. I watched Him weep over you as you sank into hopelessness. And now I am watching you again, standing in a divine moment that you may never see again if you skip it. I need you to understand how serious this is. This isn't about fear. This is about protection. You are seconds away from either being covered in blessings or being covered in regret. And this time, the weight of your decision will not just impact you. It will impact those connected to you, those watching you, those waiting on your breakthrough so they can believe it's possible for them too. Heaven is not just calling you, it is calling through you. That's why it hurts so much when you ignore it. You were not made to live small. You were not born to hide in fear and regret. You were created to rise, to carry light, to speak life into every dark space you've walked through. But you cannot do that if you keep skipping the call of God. I am speaking now with a fire that even I cannot contain, because heaven is shaking, trying to reach you. This is not just a moment, it is a decision point that splits timelines. One where your yes brings healing, and your silence brings years of what-ifs that never leave your spirit. Your name has been spoken in the courts of heaven. There have been angels surrounding your name in circles of protection, hope, and glory. But I am telling you, the circle is closing. If you delay again, the divine alignment meant for your restoration will be rerouted, not to punish you, but because heaven does not pour blessings into hearts that keep slamming the door. This message is covered in the fingerprints of God. You did not stumble across it. You didn't just happen to open this. This was planned, written into your story before your first breath. I have cried, pleaded, and prayed for this moment to reach you in time. Because I know what will happen if you miss it. The enemy is not resting. He's watching you, hoping you'll scroll past, hoping your heart is too numb to feel this, hoping your pride will whisper, just one more delay. But I am louder today. I will not be quiet while you slip into the arms of silence again. I will not stand by and let you miss the one message that was designed to open every door you've been banging on for years. Your miracle is here. Your healing is here. Your freedom is here. But it will only stay if your heart stays open. If you skip again, I cannot return. This is the final time heaven will speak like this. And what happens next is no longer up to me. It's up to you. I have loved you in silence for too long. Now I am speaking boldly. Not because I'm angry, but because I care. Because I see the version of you that is waiting on the other side of this yes. The one who is free. The one who is at peace. The one who no longer cries from exhaustion, but from joy. That version is not far, it's one yes away. But only if you respond now. This is not about religion. This is not about rituals or rules. This is about relationship. About your heart coming back to the one who never stopped watching over you, even when you thought he had given up. I've seen the way you've questioned everything. I've watched you wrestle with doubt, with pain, with confusion. And still, God said, speak to them one more time, Michael. This might be the time they finally hear me. So here I am. Again. Because you matter that much. I was there when you whispered prayers under your breath, prayers so desperate you could barely form the words. I was there when your hands trembled, when you wiped your tears before anyone could see. You thought no one noticed. But heaven did. And I never left your side. I carried your pain before the throne of God and asked Him for mercy over and over again. And He gave it. But now, He is asking you to give something back, your trust. Your obedience. Your heart. You are not too broken to be healed. You are not too lost to be found. You are not too late to be restored. But this moment is different. It comes with urgency. Not because God wants to scare you, but because He knows what's coming if you don't listen. I have seen what's ahead. And if you delay again, the sorrow that will follow will not be ordinary. It will not be pain you can numb. It will be spiritual emptiness, a feeling of heaven's voice going quiet, not because God stopped loving you, but because your heart stopped listening. Please understand, this isn't about punishment. It's about timing. Divine appointments have a window. And that window is now. You have been covered by mercy long enough. Now it is time for movement. For maturity. For alignment. For action. God will not wait forever, not because He is cruel, but because blessings are like rain, they fall when the clouds are full, and then they pass. You are standing under the cloud right now. If you step away, the rain won't fall again like this. I'm speaking this with tears in my spirit, because I know you've been through so much. And I also know what you're walking toward if you finally obey. I see open doors, divine connections, financial provision, physical healing, and supernatural clarity. I see peace like you've never known. I see the fire of purpose burning through every part of you that's felt dead for years. But only if you take this seriously. Only if you stop pushing me away. What if you discovered a tiny, walnut-sized brain region holds the secret to endless wealth and success? Recently uncovered by groundbreaking research and once buried in classified files, this frequency is now available to anyone ready to listen. Imagine replacing worry and struggle with a life of financial ease and freedom. Interested? Click the link in video description and comments below to unleash this hidden brainwave and start attracting wealth right now. You have been guided to this message for a reason, and if you turn away, the chance may not return. This is your time to step in. Type 2222 to open the door to new blessings. You've been asking God to prove He still hears you. This message is the answer to that prayer. You've asked for a sign. Here it is. You've waited for something to stir your soul again. This is it. The question is, what will you do with it? Because the message is here. The invitation is clear. But heaven cannot do what only you have the power to decide. And every moment you wait is another moment of blessing delayed. The enemy is watching, too. He wants you to ignore this. He wants you to doubt that this is for you. He wants you to skip, scroll, forget. Because he knows how powerful you are when you walk in obedience. He knows what happens when someone finally says yes to heaven. And he's terrified. That's why he's tried so hard to distract you, to discourage you, to make you numb. But I am here, warring for your soul with everything I have left. Because I still believe in your yes. Let this be the moment that everything changes. Let this be the hour where you said, I won't run anymore. Let the angels assigned to you finally rejoice. Let heaven release what's been held back for years. Don't let this message be another missed miracle. Let it be the breakthrough that shakes your life to its core and restores everything the enemy took from you. You're not being warned out of fear. You're being warned out of love. A love so deep, so all-consuming, so endless, that it refused to let you die in your delay. But heaven cannot wait anymore. This is your final interruption. The last knock before the door closes. You may not realize it yet, but you are standing at the spiritual crossroad of your life. One road leads to restoration, peace, favor, purpose. Amen.